All right, folks, breaking right now, FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried pleading not guilty to all counts. Let's get the read from crypto law founder John Deaton. John, not necessarily a surprise per se. A lot of folks thought he would plead not guilty, but it's par for the course considering the hubris of this guy. And for me, what I'm concerned about is because I don't want this to be a story about one person's hubris and greed, and I want everyone involved to sort of, to pay a price at least. But what do you make of this so far, what's happened? Even the fact that he's out on bail pisses me off.
Yeah, you have the sentiment of a lot of people out there, Charles. First of all, Happy New Year. Thanks for having me. Great question to ask, because this guy was denied bail in the Bahamas, comes to the United States. He's granted bail. We see him in first-class lounges, and we see him traveling business class. In the meantime, people have lost their retirements. They've lost their life savings. So people are upset about it, and it's understandable. But I do have faith that he's going to see justice, because once you read the transcript of his partners in crime at their guilty plea, we learned that the prosecutors of the Southern District of New York asked the judge to keep it quiet in order to get his consent for extradition, and didn't release their cooperation until he was in custody of the FBI in the air. And when you read that plea agreement, he's toast, Charles. He's toast. But I can understand everybody's frustration.
Yeah, of course. And, but I find it amazing that he's gone on websites and podcasts, throwing his girlfriend under the bus, and she did the smart thing, right? She cooperated. He's really going to get thrown under the bus. But I'm talking about the wider picture here, John, right? I mean, think about this. Peter Thiel said it was Joe Bankman's tax law course in Stanford that inspired him to put his Facebook stock into an IRA. It saved him billions of dollars. Caroline Ellison, right, the girlfriend, her mom and dad also know how to work the system, right? I'm talking about people who may have helped design a system that deliberately, in my mind, was deliberately designed to rip people off to the tune of billions of dollars. What chance that everyone involved in this or the key players will really face justice?
Well, that's a great question, and we have to have faith. The Southern District of New York, the U.S. Attorney's Office, has historically been independent, or at least more independent of politics. And the U.S. Attorney keeps saying that there will be more indictments. But I agree with you. When you look at that structure, I'm sure you've seen that organizational chart that his dad had to help him with, and it's sheltered in a way that they don't have to pay taxes. It's a complete money laundering scheme. And the girlfriend, Caroline Ellison, has confirmed that it is all about money laundering and robbing people. She's admitted to it. He's toast. And hopefully, Dad, that you just referenced, he was on the payroll for at least a year. There's a $14 million vacation home in Mom and Dad's name. Not Mom and Dad's name, for Mom and Dad in FTX's name.
Hey, John, I got less than a minute to go. I wanted to get an update on what's been happening with you. I see some tweets from you, a lot of frustration about Ripple and XRP. It just brings us up to speed on what's going on.
Sure. Well, all the memorandums of law and the briefs are in before the judge. The judge may order an oral argument hearing next. That's usually the course. She doesn't have to. And it's really important because the issue, Charles, is secondary market transactions, independent of Ripple, XRP users using the platform. We have a hearing on January 30th involving someone you've interviewed, Naomi Brockwell, where she's never used it as an investment. She uses the platform, and we're trying to convince the judge that the SEC has no right to reach into the secondary market of these users who are independent of these companies. But the SEC won't give clarity on that issue.
Well, hopefully we'll get it. We appreciate your wisdom, your knowledge. Happy New Year, John. Thank you very much.
Outside,